Yo, what's up? Ricky Sanders here. If you live for fast cars, greasy hands, and solving problems under the hood, welcome to your new favourite spot. I'm all about real fixes, no BS, and showing you how to keep your ride running like a champ. So go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's make some noise in the garage. Enough talk, let's get ready.
Due to the increased requirements of environmentalists to diesel and carburetor engines, in order to reduce the level of nitrogen oxides in the exhaust gases, the EGR, Exhaust Gas Recirculation, system is used. According to the different requirements set by the standards that monitor the toxicity of exhaust gases, the EGR system in a diesel engine has several varieties: high-pressure EGR, low-pressure system, combined EGR system. The main tasks pursued by the EGR system are as follows. When using the valve of the system, part of the gases exhausted from the cycle is returned through the intake manifold for further combustion. In this case, power units operate more gently and smoothly. In gasoline engines there is a noticeable reduction in the level of detonation. Advantages of using the recirculation system: improved performance of diesel and gasoline engines, reduction of fuel consumption, reduction of toxicity of exhaust gases. The process of formation of harmful oxides under the influence of high temperatures consists of the following stages: active increase in the percentage of nitrogen oxides in fuel-air mixtures, interaction of oxygen and nitrogen under the influence of high temperature. Entry of air into the combustion chamber causes active formation of nitric oxide. Substitution of oxygen by the formed nitrogen oxides. Lack of oxygen causes incomplete combustion of the working mixture. Loss of engine power. Increased consumption of diesel fuel or gasoline. Increase in the toxicity of exhaust gases in the internal combustion engine. Return to the intake manifold part of the exhaust gases contributes to a noticeable decrease in the temperature of combustion of fuel mixtures. As the temperature decreases, the intensity of nitrogen oxide formation decreases. When entering the combustion chamber of gases that have passed the full cycle, does not disturb the quantitative balance of the main components involved in the creation of fuel-air mixtures. The power output of power units do not change when operating in different modes. Fuel is saved. Functions of the gas recirculation valve. The EGR valve in a diesel engine is the main element of the recirculation system. Its operation is the basis for the functioning of the entire system. With the help of this device, the exhaust gases partially enter the manifold to mix with the incoming air. Increasing the amount of oxygen in the chamber leads to an increase in the combustion temperature of the working mixture. The added exhaust gases reduce the percentage of oxygen, which helps to reduce the operating temperature and the amount of nitrogen oxides in the exhaust gases. The EGR valve installed on a gasoline engine is in the closed position at idle speed and until maximum torque is reached. At low and medium loads, the EGR lets in less than 10% of oxygen. Principle of operation of the EGR system in advanced powertrain designs, where the exhaust gases are cooled more intensively by recirculation. The EGR valve is integrated into the cooling system. Despite the more complex design of the system, the amount of oxides is reduced much more effectively. In the course of operation of motors equipped with an EGR valve, the following advantages are recognized. In gasoline engines, there is a reduced pressure drop around the throttle valve location. Reduced temperature leads to reduced detonation, which allows the application of an earlier ignition timing that improves the torque. Characteristics of the internal combustion engine. The diesel engine with EGR has softness and reduced noise level at idle speeds due to the reduced oxygen content during combustion of the fuel mixture. Diesel engine recirculation systems. The principle of operation of the recirculation system is to take exhaust gases before entering the turbine, redirecting them into a special channel leading to the intake manifold. The recirculation system consists of the following elements: EGR valve, electric or pneumatic actuator, pipes used for transportation of gases, From the exhaust system, the EGR valve takes some of the exhaust gases and directs them to the intake manifold. To operate the pneumatic-type valve, a vacuum is created near the intake manifold of a gasoline power unit. In diesel engines, the vacuum pump is responsible for the air rarefaction. The vacuum generated causes the recirculation valve to operate. The intensity of recirculation depends on the engine operation mode, on the pressure difference between the intake and exhaust manifolds. The intake system controls the pressure by changing the position of the throttle valve. When inlet pressure is low, the throttle plate is in the closed position. The greater the recirculation intensity, the lower the flow of exhaust gases directed to the turbocharger. Active recirculation causes a drop in turbocharging pressure in a diesel equipped with EGR. When the diesel engine is running at idle speed, at full throttle opening, until the engine is fully warmed up and the operating temperature reaches operating values, the EGR system is in the low activity mode. The work of the EGR system in a diesel engine is controlled by the electronic control unit of the power unit. The valve starts its work when the control signal is received from the ECU, which regulates the opening of the throttle valve in accordance with the readings of the potentiometric sensor. Low-pressure recirculation systems passing through the particulate filter. Cooling in the radiator. Passing through the EGR valve. Penetration into the intake system located at the turbine inlet. The use of EGR, which is of the low-pressure type, results in the following positive factors: the percentage of soot elements is reduced. The temperature of the exhaust gases is noticeably lowered. The percentage of nitrogen oxides in the exhaust is drastically reduced. The passage of exhaust gases through the turbocharger device stabilizes the turbine boost pressure, which helps to maintain the power of the diesel power unit without losses. The electronic control unit of the diesel engine monitors the intensity of the recirculation processes by means of the following devices: throttle flap, recirculation valve flap, exhaust flap. All flaps are electrically operated. With the help of potentiometric sensor, the opening of each flap is controlled by a certain amount in accordance with a special program stored in the ECU. In this case, the degree of filling of each engine cylinder, turbocharging pressure, and intensity of EGR action in each operating mode of the diesel engine are monitored. Combined recirculation system diesel engines are equipped with a combined recirculation system in order to meet Euro 6 requirements, which require a nitrogen oxide content in the exhaust gases not exceeding 0.08 g/km. The presence of two separate lines in the design for exhaust gas recirculation distinguishes this system from previous variants. One line is high pressure and the other is low pressure. The principle of operation of the combined system resembles the system used in Euro 5 engines. In addition to this, there is a gas supply from the high-pressure line, which is connected when switching to certain modes of engine operation. The main objective is to reduce the level of nitrogen oxides in the exhaust gases as effectively as possible. The design of the combined system does not provide cooling in the radiator of exhaust gases, which are in the high-pressure line. Malfunctions in EGR systems and reasons for their occurrence. The most common cause of failures in the system is the occurrence of carbon deposits on the EGR valve parts. Most often, fouling is formed in the seat or on the surface of the valve plate. The following causes lead to the formation of harmful fouling: use of low-quality fuel, unbalanced operation of the diesel power supply system, incomplete combustion of air-fuel mixtures, failures in the crankcase gas ventilation system. Untimely opening and closing of the valve is especially noticeable when the diesel engine at idle speeds, when jamming loses power. The work becomes rougher and noisier. In gasoline engines, jamming valve EGR leads to unstable operation of the engine at idle, as well as an increase in fuel consumption. To identify malfunctions in the recirculation system, it is necessary to visually inspect the pipelines, electrical connectors in the area of sensors. During in-depth diagnostics, the following operations are performed: scanning the elements of the system, check the functionality of each actuator and EGR valve, check the resistance of the wires, control signals are checked with an oscilloscope and multimeter. The scan may reveal that the inlet pressure is not normal and the airflow rate is increased. This means that the EGR valve is stuck. When replacing the valve, it is necessary to thoroughly clean the supply pipes, connectors beforehand, so that the carbon deposits left after replacement do not lead to new malfunctions in the exhaust gas recirculation system. EGR system in a diesel engine 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 EGR system in diesel engine EGR system in diesel engine EGR system. In conclusion, the exhaust gas recirculation system plays a crucial role in enhancing the efficiency and environmental performance of diesel engines. By recirculating a portion of the exhaust gases back into the combustion chamber, the EGR system helps to reduce nitrogen oxide emissions and improve fuel economy. Understanding how this system operates not only highlights its importance in modern diesel technology but also underscores the ongoing efforts to meet stricter emissions regulations. As we move towards a more sustainable future, the EGR system will continue to be a vital component in the evolution of diesel engines. Thank you for watching, and we hope you gained valuable insights into the EGR system.